Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Kim. Welcome to WGTV today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best with the city.
And good morning to you there. It is a Wednesday. It's the 19th of the month of September already. Happy Valentine's Day. And we did that already, didn't we?
We did.
Okay, well, never mind. Moving along here. Moving along here.
This is September, Wayne.
Oh, yeah, I keep, yeah. Okay, anyway.
This is the month of September.
This is, and we can expect to see a little bit of sunshine. You know, over the last few days, we've had a good mixture of clouds and sky, a little bit of rain and all that, but this is a great time of year. Temperatures are going to be in the, continue to be in the upper 70s over the next, by the end of the week. It's really going to be nice. Love this weather.
Any chance of rain?
Yeah, a chance of rain. Today, a little chance of rain, so take your umbrella with you today. And then by the end of the week, I don't see rain by the end of the week, so it's going to be another gorgeous weekend. Highs will be in the upper 70s.
Great.
Lows in the upper 50s. Perfect time of year.
It really is.
Love this weather.
Don't we have a fair coming up soon?
I heard about that. There is a fair on the way to the Wayne County area the last week of this month and the beginning of October. The Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair under the guidance of the one and only Milton Ingram. This is his final year. He's retiring after this. And then another gentleman coming in who's been in the business of, well, he grew up in the business of the fair. His dad was in that business for many years as a manager, a fair manager. But Eddie is a great guy. He's been in with the Cooperative Extension Service, the Department of Agriculture here in North Carolina for many years. And he's just a great guy. He's going to do a wonderful job. Very experienced. Yeah, he knows what to do. But
they really work hard on making it bigger and better every year.
Milton Ingram has done an amazing job. Our Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair is one of the top fairs in the southeastern part of the country.
My goodness.
Having won numerous awards for so many different categories, including the catalog. They give awards for the catalogs, and his is one of the best in the country. And but not only that, but for cleanliness, for security. He's won awards for shows. He's won awards for all kinds of things. But that's but he doesn't take credit for that. Milton says it's because he has such a great staff out there.
He does have a good group of people working with him, and that's coming up the last week of September and the first week in October.
First week, I can't remember the start date right on it. I'll get that to you here in a day or two. But I know that the spelling contest, of which I'm a major part, I'll be out there on October 2nd. And that's always the first Tuesday of the fair.
Well, there's spelling contests, there's talent contests that go on.
Oh, there's all kinds.
Young children participating. It's a great way for them to get some time on the stage and being in front of a group and being able to speak in front of a group. There's all kinds of agricultural contests that are going on all week long, and Fire Princess and Queen of the Fair
and demolition derbies and
something for everybody.
Gunfights and not real ones, of course, but it's just a tremendous amount of fun. So I do hope you're able to go to the fair. It's a full 10 days. You can't get it all in just a week. 10 days of fair here in the Wayne County area.
That's
and
wonderful.
Looking forward to it. It only happens once a year. And the weather is going to be great.
Well, you know, in one of their areas, they have exhibits that are all local people that, oh my goodness, from pickles to plants to pumpkins to...
It's good. I like it. Good alliteration there from Kim Best. Way to go. A little alliteration.
It's really interesting because you can go and they have the names of who, after they've been judged, of course, of who created the different things. And you actually get to see within your community people you know.
Yeah.
And you didn't maybe know they grew the biggest pumpkin in our area, or they baked the best apple pie in our area, or whatever the case may be. So it's really neat to get to see local people that you haven't seen in a long time and their creations.
That's right. And great food and lots of entertainment.
Absolutely.
Lots of entertainment. And the rides, you know, the Powers rides is one of the best in the country. Now, they leave Wayne County and they go straight to Raleigh. They're the state. That's the state fair rides. Now, he contracts with other, and been doing it for years. And it's a family-owned operation, and so they leave Wayne County and they go straight to the State Fair in Raleigh for the rides up there. Now, they contract with rides from elsewhere, but it's he's in charge. Mr. Powers is in charge. The family's in charge of the rides there. So you're getting top-notch rides, and they're safe. If one bolt, did you know that if there's one bolt that's not tightened or one nut or bolt that's out of place, they'll stop the entire ride.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. That's good to know. It makes us feel a little safer.
It does, and Milton is a stickler for that. So it's very safe.
That's why he's won so many awards.
That's exactly right. He's very safe, and it's paved out there too, by the way.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is really nice.
You know, that's something that's happened in the last few years.
That's right. That's right. And they got a couple of new buildings out there. The livestock show is going to be great. Anyway, coming up soon, the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair.
That's right.
Also coming up, we have a Red Cross blood drive to tell you about. Allow me to read today's the 19th, right? Okay.
Today is Wednesday.
On the 24th, which is next, I believe, Monday. Okay, sometime next week. On the 24th, it's going to be a blood drive at Wayne Christian School. That will be from 1:30 until 6, and that's on Paytown Road at Wayne Christian. Also a blood drive the next day, probably Tuesday, at Goldsboro High School.
Several schools are going to be offering
Several schools, yeah, are going to be offering. Let me just give you the dates instead of the days, because the 24th, a blood drive at Wayne Christian, and then the 25th at Goldsboro High School, the 27th at Rosewood High School, and also Sam's Club is going to have a blood drive on the 27th as well. So it's just the right thing to do. There possibly it does save a lot of lives. You may need it yourself one day, so
that's right.
It's just the right thing to do.
Well, Wayne, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is the actions that the city and the community are taking to prevent violence in our area.
Okay.
You know, over the past few months, we've had quite a bit of violence that is happening, and the community came together. I think it was late July, and the city hosted a community meeting where all local organizations and agencies were invited to come, and many did. Yeah. And a lot of our local citizens came to give their ideas and suggestions on ways that we can prevent violence in our community. Instead of it just being the city's ideas or the county's ideas, we wanted to hear from local citizens. And so they did. They came and they gave us a long list of suggestions of things that they thought we should try within our community to prevent violence. So what we've done is we've created a document that lists all the suggestions and ideas that the community members gave us on that evening, and then the actions that the city and agencies are taking for these particular ideas and suggestions. You can find this document on the city's website. It's right there on the homepage, and it's called City County Community Partnership.
Okay.
And you can also find it on our Facebook page. It's there as well, so it's accessed in both areas. We're also printing these and putting them all around the community for access, and they'll be down in the front lobby of the City Hall. So we are taking action, we're listening to what the community has to say, and we are trying to follow and assess a lot of the suggestions that they offered and see if they would be valid for our community.
You know, the police can only do so much. The sheriff's office can only do so much. They only have but so many people that can be in a certain place at a certain time. So it's almost an obligation of residents of the city and the county to take action. And when you see something that's not right, take action. And when you see something that's not right, or if you're suspicious of something that's not right, let somebody know. Call the police.
Crime Stoppers, text Crime Stoppers. That's a new access. You can text them. You can call, of course, 911. You can also call the records. The number that is listed is the records number at the Goldsboro Police Department. That number, you'll get the same two people all the time. So if you want a face and a name that you'll be able to call, if you call that records number, you'll get the same two people all the time. So just wanted to make that information aware to all of you that you can get this document on the city's Facebook page and website.
Yeah, that's a great idea there. All right, this is a Wednesday morning, middle of the week already. I'm glad you're with us. We have some guests lined up for today's program. By the way, I just wanted to touch very quickly. Today is National Butterscotch Pudding Day. Oh boy.
Butterscotch pudding?
Yeah,
Is that your favorite?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I even have a favorite, but I just like it all, you know. Today, well, let's see now. We're going to start our guest. Next up will be Tara Simmons. Tara is a 4-H'er. She's going to be with us, and we'll also get a report from the Cooperative Extension Service on the status of the livestock situation here in Wayne County. That's up next on WGTV Today. And we're continuing with our series talking with 4-H students, and with us today is Tara Simmons. Tara, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. It's
and
a pleasure. Thank you for being here. You go to school where?
Charles B. Aycock.
And you're a senior at Charles
Yes,
B. Aycock. And how long have you been in the 4-H?
I've been in 4-H for 7 years.
7 years? You must enjoy it.
I do.
What do you like about 4-H?
I like the fact that you get to meet so many people traveling. I go to a lot of places in the clubs that I'm in, and most importantly, 4-H has taught me about leadership, which will help me later in life.
You know, I find that to be a theme along that way with a lot of the students in 4-H. They always say, almost everyone says, you know, I learned a lot about leadership. What do you, can you use that later in life? Are you using it now?
I am using it now. In 4-H, in September I'll be elected county council president. So I've learned through leadership, I've also learned how to conduct meetings and many things, how to speak in front of the public, and it's just been great to learn. It's a great skill to have, because I can get up and speak in front of any group at any time. Someone can ask me, and on the spot, I'm ready to go.
So you feel 4-H has given you that confidence?
Confidence, yes.
That you can't be thrown a curve.
Yes,
You're ready
sir.
for anything.
I am.
So what else has 4-H done for you as far as preparing you, say, for college?
It's taught me how to work well with others, because in the real world you have to learn to work with anyone. So. And also teaching, I've taught a lot of workshops in science, the Science Wagon, teaching little kids, and that's been a great experience also.
Now, you're in your last year, you're beginning your last year at Charles B. Aycock, and what are your plans after that?
To go to college and become an environmental engineer.
An environmental engineer. So has 4-H helped to guide you in that direction, or is that something you just came up with?
Well, it has helped guide me in that direction. 4-H does a lot of agribusiness things, and so I've raised turkeys through 4-H, and I've done nature walks, all kinds of environmental and agricultural based projects, and so that's what has spurred my love for the environment.
Okay, now Tara, what does 4-H mean? What do the HHHH stand for?
Head, heart, hands, and health.
And what does that mean?
It's in our 4-H pledge. You pledge your head to clear thinking, your heart to greater loyalty, your hands to larger service, and your health to better living for your club, your community, your country, and your world.
Now, where do you live in Wayne County?
I live near Tommy's Road Elementary.
All right. Do you live on a farm?
I don't. We raise our turkeys on a farm, and so we visit the farm and help feed and take care of them. So do you feel 4-H has helped you in this regard? It has. I've learned a lot about farming and the technology that's available to farmers now, and everything is just amazing with how far they've come in crop science. And so it's helped you with organizing? Yes. And I'm a very organized person because of 4-H. Because of 4-H. That's great. Well, Tara, you're a pleasure to talk to, and you're a delight, and I appreciate you taking time to talk with us today about 4-H. Do you recommend 4-H for others? For anyone. For anyone. There are projects or clubs available for anyone in any aspect of their life that they're interested in. So how does someone become a 4-H'er? They can visit the Cooperative Extension Service office on George Street, right down the road. 4-H also has a Facebook page, and it's very easy to get in contact with the 4-H agent, SIMMONS. Just look online. It's very easy. Wonderful. Tara SIMMONS is a 4-H'er at Charles B. Aycock High School, and on her way to become an environmental engineer. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV.
We're talking with EILEEN COITE today. She is the livestock specialist with the Cooperative Extension Service here in Wayne County. And EILEEN, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Wayne.
What's going on at the Cooperative Extension Service as far as events coming up? I know the fair is big this time of year, starting September 27th.
It is. It is. We have lots of youth activities going on. In addition to our fair, there's several shows throughout the Southeast in many different counties, and a lot of our young people are taking their animals from show to show. It's called a circuit, and they may
A
have
circus.
Circuit.
A circuit.
A circuit.
Oh, I beg
so
your pardon.
it's, yep, they're kind of going on the road with their either their goat or their heifer or their lamb, or actually we have a new circuit this year for market hogs. So that's a brand new thing in North Carolina, and I'm very proud to say that we've got that started in the east here.
So how do market hogs differ from your everyday run-of-the-mill non-market hogs?
Well,
What's the difference?
really, most hogs that are produced we do consider them market hogs.
Okay.
The difference would be if you had like if we called something a breeding animal, a breeding gilt, or a breeding sow, of course they're going to be there to produce the babies.
Right.
But the ultimate goal, you know, if you're in the hog business, is to produce those market animals that will be our pork, you know, and end up in the grocery store. So
Gotcha.
young people tend to show market hogs, you know, in these livestock shows, the animals that are conformationally correct, you know, that have muscle leanness, you know, structurally correct. And so generally that's what is shown. Now, there is a new show starting this year at the State Fair that is a breeding gilt show for youth. There's always been one as far as an open show, but this one is specific to youth.
And you've mentioned that 2 or 3 times, and that's very interesting to me. Let's stop just a moment. I want to ask you about youth and farming.
Okay.
Now, the competition is keen among young folks, young adults, and youngsters who raise livestock.
That's right.
And a lot of them will continue that line and go straight into farming or into research or into something to do with livestock. Is it still popular with youngsters? Do young people still want to get into that line, working with livestock? Has it dropped off at all? Has it increased at all?
You mean as far as a career?
Yeah, as far as the career goes, when they grow up and become farmers and feed America.
I think there are several that are still interested. You know, some of them go down the road of, you know, they want to be a veterinarian.
Right.
And we actually have had young people right here in Wayne County that had started out animals, and, you know, we have one that graduated May a year ago, and he's a local veterinarian now.
Wow.
We have another young lady who has shown horses for years, and she even showed some market hogs at one time, and she's in vet school now. So that's one avenue. I know some of the other ones want to work for cooperative extension like I do, you know, either as a 4-H agent or maybe a livestock agent. So there's that too. And then there's others that don't end up, you know, having a career with animals, but they have that background and they have that appreciation for agriculture. So that's always nice too.
So they could go into research, or they could go and work in hospitals, and they could work in veterinary hospitals as well. That's interesting. So do you see where young people who grow up on farms, some stay in farming and some actually get out of farming and go into other areas of agriculture?
You see both. You definitely see both.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some that it's just kind of in their blood, and you know they're going to come back to the farm, and then others that, you know, like you said, they may go into a medical field. They may become, you know, someone doing something like you are, you know.
Oh my goodness!
You never know.
No. Well, okay. Well, do you ever see youngsters who do not grow up on farms who want to get into farming and actually go to NC State or AT&T or A&T University?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you really?
Matter of fact, I'm a prime example of that.
Explain that.
I grew up in Wilmington.
Oh my!
You know, didn't grow up on a farm at all, and just had a love for animals.
Yeah.
So, you know, went and majored in animal science, and I've been, you know, involved with farming ever since.
And the two major universities locally in the state would be A&T in Greensboro
That's right.
And NC State.
And NC State. Those are what we call our land grant universities. Right. And there's a land grant, at least one land grant university in every state. Our state just happens to have 2.
Wow.
And so Cooperative Extension is the combination of those 2 universities.
Outstanding. We've been talking with EILEEN COITE about, well, several things, including events coming up.
That's right.
In the area of agriculture and livestock here in Wayne County. We've also talked about the fact of how easy it is to get into agriculture, regardless of the fact if you're a young person who you're not sure what you want to do in life. That would be a great career to get into, and
Absolutely.
It's easy to do, isn't it?
It is.
Outstanding.
It is. Plenty of jobs out there.
EILEEN, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much,
EILEEN
Wayne.
COITE is a livestock specialist with the Cooperative Extension Service here in Wayne County. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV. We're back on WGTV today. I'm Wayne.
And I'm Kim.
All right. How you doing? Glad you're with us this morning. Let's see now.
Farmers Market today. Don't forget to go.
Oh, boy. Farmers Market is today.
That's right. 9:30 this morning until dusk. Local produce. Support your local farmers. They have all kinds of plants that they have starter plants, and they have lots of ferns and various pretty things that you can put around your yard. And we want you to promote local produce and local farmers here in our county.
So they not only have the veggies and the things to eat, they have ferns and flowers and stuff?
They sure do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, boy, that's great.
And you know, that's at Herman Park in the parking lot over by the tennis courts.
Starts at 6:30?
Starts at 9:30.
That's what I meant to say. Well, see, I had my 9 upside down.
9:30 in the morning.
Until
dusk.
Until dusk o'clock.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And speaking of the Red Cross, got a couple of Red Cross blood drives coming up for you on the, well, let's see, the 24th at Wayne Christian School, and then on the 25th is one at Goldsboro High School, on the 27th at Rosewood High School, and then also on the 27th one at Sam's Club. Be sure you attend those and give blood. If you cannot give blood for whatever reason, it's understandable. Not everyone can, but at least you could volunteer. That's right.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I believe we have somebody coming up soon. I believe we have someone from the Revenue Department with the City of Goldsboro.
We do.
Do we not? She's going to be talking about all the options that we offer to pay your utility bills, and she's going to give you a long list of ways you can do it to make it convenient.
Oh, boy. Looking forward to that. That's Doretha Wynn, I believe.
I believe it is.
All right, she's up next. And also, kind of an unusual birthday party we're going to talk about. We'll hear about that in just a moment. Up next on WGTV Today.
Hi, and welcome to WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best with the City of Goldsboro. Today I have with me the Revenue Collection Supervisor for the City of Goldsboro. Her name is Miss Doretha Wynn. Good morning.
Good morning, Kim.
Glad to have you with us this morning.
It's good to be here.
So what are you going to talk to us about this morning?
I'm going to talk to you about the several payment options that the City of Goldsboro offers to its utility customers in which to pay their utility bill.
Oh, that's going to be exciting to hear. We've got so many different ways that people can pay their utility bill, and you're going to give us a rundown one at a time. I believe we have at least 6 options, don't we, to make it convenient?
Yes, the City of Goldsboro is pleased that several payment options are available.
All right, well, let's start with the first one. If you'll tell us how we can pay our utility bills one at a time.
Well, number one, we can do a bank draft. We have bank draft authorization forms in our office. You can sign those forms. Bring us a voided check. We will attach that voided check to that authorization form. We'll send it upstairs to data processing for processing. But we do need to let the citizens know that if they have already received a utility bill, that it has to be paid in person. And then the next billing cycle, we would start drafting their bank account.
Okay, so if you want to set up a draft, your current bill, if it's already been sent, you come in and pay that in person.
Right.
And then you can set up then for the next month, and you can draft the account. Okay, so drafting is one option.
That's one option. We offer payment by mail, and the payment is sent to our lockbox in Charlotte, which processes it for us. And we really would like for our citizens to know that they need to mail this off in a timely manner so that it can be processed on time.
Since it is going to Charlotte, not Goldsboro.
Yes, right. And that's at a cost to the citizens, of course. That's the postage stamp. That's all we ask is a postage stamp.
Only fee there.
That's the only fee.
Okay, what is our next option?
Well, our next option can be online bill pay.
Oh, that's relatively new. It's only been around about a year or so.
Not long at all. And our citizens can go to the city's website And that's at www.goldsboro.nc.gov. And they can set up an online bill pay account. There's going to be several questions there, and they're going to have to
go through the sequences.
The prompt screen is going to ask them their last name. It's going to ask them their account number, and they must remember to use the dash. That's important.
The dash in the account number. So you need your bill with you when you're trying to set this up to make it much easier for you the first time.
And it's going to ask you for a password and a username. The username can be up to 30 characters. The passwords no less than 6 and no more than 8 characters.
And it tells you all that while you're trying to set it up, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
And it's going to ask you for your Social Security number, which you can only put in the last 4 of your Social Security number.
Okay, last 4 digits.
Or your driver's license, but you can't do both. If you put in the last 4 of your Social Security, then you must not enter anything for your driver's license.
Okay,
that's
so
very
either
important
or,
also.
not both.
Either or. And also, when you get ready to submit that payment, it's going to ask you for your debit or credit card information. If it doesn't ask you for your debit or credit card information, then you have to go and check to make sure there's no pop-up blocks or anything on your computer, because the payment is not going through.
Okay.
Unless it asks you for your debit or credit card information.
That way you know you've completed
That's
that piece
right.
of setup.
That's exactly right.
And on the City of Goldsboro's website, which is www.goldsboronc.gov, and that'll be on the bottom of the screen, you can also see 2 different places on the homepage where you can pay your payment. There's a box in the middle of the homepage that is a scrolling box, and on that box, one of the pictures says pay your water bill online. You can click on that and it'll take you directly to the spot. Or at the closer to the bottom of the homepage, there's a gold button that says pay your utility bill here. So you have 2 options right there on the homepage where you can go straight to paying online.
And there's another thing that I want to point out. Paying your bill online is very flexible for a lot of folks, because you can pay up to 10 o'clock at night and still get credit for that same day.
Oh, that's nice.
Even though our offices are closed at 5.
I bet people didn't know that, because you would automatically think you don't get credit till the next day, the following
up to
day.
10 o'clock at night.
Okay, great. All right, so that's paying online. What is our next option?
Dropbox payments is an option, and our Dropbox is located at the front of the annex building.
Okay.
If you're standing in front of the building, it's over to your right. And even though there's street construction going on with the streetscape project, you can still park on the side of the street and walk to the front of the building and you still use the Dropbox.
Because all our sidewalks are still open.
They're all open.
Okay, great. All right, so that is dropping them off at the Dropbox. And we have another option?
Pay your bill through your bank. A lot of customers have signed up through their bank for the bank to automatically draft their account, and that bank in turn would turn around and send us a check in the mail for the payment.
So that's different than the one we talked about earlier, the bank draft.
That's right.
This is one where the bank will just take care of it for you on a regular monthly basis.
And a lot of our customers are using that too.
Okay, so that sounds like about 6 different options that we're offering the citizens to be able to pay. Are there more?
There's one more, and
Okay.
let's not forget this one. This is the last option, and that's to walk in and pay. And this is a payment option that will always remain available for our citizens, because for some, this is just the highlight of their month, is to be able to come into the water department when they get their Social Security check or their end of the month check and pay their bills. And they have gotten used to the long lines, and they don't worry about it. They don't get upset about it.
They plan for it, huh?
They plan to know that those lines are going to be long, and it's normally around the end of the month and about the first 3 or 4 days of the first of the month.
So that's when they're long.
The lines are long.
Yeah, if you come other times during the month, I've been in so many times and visited with you ladies, and it's not always busy in there.
It's not always that way.
And we also have a television screen in there where actually this channel it plays
some of our customers,
most of the time.
They love it. They stand there and watch TV, and we've have Channel 10 and Channel 29 that we're letting them use right now.
That's great. So you can see what's going on locally while you wait in line. So we have many different options where you can pay your utility bills, and we've just covered most of those. But we do also want to talk about the fact that you can pay other things in the water department as well. What else can you come in and pay in that
our
department?
department collects all the monies for the city of Goldsboro. And we have an inspections department, we have our engineering department. Any permits, anything that they need, they go through those departments, and then they have to come out to our department and pay us the money. So we collect
so that's
the money.
Building permits, any kind of inspections, anything.
It could be any parking tickets that the police department has written, or in code enforcement may have written a fine, they can come into our department and pay those also.
Well,
so
you
we
ladies
collect
do a
all the
lot.
monies. We stay busy. Even if there's no long lines, there's plenty of paperwork behind the scenes that we really do have to take care of.
So you all have about 4 smiling faces waiting in there.
4 smiling faces.
Waiting in there to provide quality customer service on a daily basis for the citizens of Goldsboro to come in and pay any type of utility bills or other types of permits and fines and things that they need to take care of and do business. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in and sharing all this information. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would like to tell them that if there's any other concerns or questions that they have concerning payment options, please give us a call at 580, or maybe I should say 919-580-4340, and we will be more than happy to help.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, and we hope that you have learned something today about the different options you have to pay your utility bills and other permits and various things through the city of Goldsboro. And like she said, quality customer service is at the forefront of what the city of Goldsboro wants to provide. So if you have questions or concerns, Ms. Wynn gave you the telephone number earlier, and it'll be at the bottom of the screen in case you do want to call and give us information. We'd be glad to hear it. Thank you once again for joining us on WGTV today.
Thank you.
Today we're at the New Hope Volunteer Fire Department on Mark Edwards Road here in Wayne County, and we're standing here with Mr. Bud Gray. Bud, why are you here at this fire department?
Well, first of all, Wayne, welcome to New Hope.
Why, thank you.
Well, I could say the best fire department, but I'm not. But we're the oldest fire department, oldest rural fire department in Wayne County.
And how old is this rural fire department?
Well, it was organized in 1956, and it was rated, chartered in 1958.
So that's a number of years, Bud. How many?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So how many staff or volunteer firemen do you have working here?
We had 35 volunteers.
35 volunteers.
We have 1 paid man that works day shift.
And what sort of apparatus or equipment do you have here?
So at this time, can I introduce our fire chief?
Why don't we go ahead and introduce our fire chief, Donald Gray. Come on in, Donald.
He can answer all these questions.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you very much, Bud Gray. Donald Gray is with us now. You're the chief here at New Hope Volunteer Fire Department.
That's correct.
Appreciate you being with us. Tell us about the trucks you have here that you use to fight fires, Donald.
Okay, we have 3 engines, a ladder truck, 2 brush trucks, and a tanker.
Wow, and I take it the tankers used for woods and brush fires and that sort of thing?
Basically shoveling water to the engines.
Oh, okay. All right, so how often are you called out here to fight fires?
We normally have around 200 calls per year. 200
a year?
Yeah.
How does that compare with some of the other fire departments? Do you have generally more or fewer?
We have a few that have more calls than we do, and a few that have less calls than we have. So
how many firemen or how many personnel do you have as volunteers?
Around 35.
About 35 or so. And what is the most common call you get for fires here at the station?
Probably fire alarms, I would guess.
Fire alarms.
Yeah.
And
false alarms most of the time.
Most of them are false alarms.
Yeah.
And why would you get false alarms to start with? Is it somebody, let me ask you, is it someone who is accidentally pulling an alarm?
Not necessarily pulling the alarm, but unattended could again, or they don't change their batteries and their smoke detectors, stuff like that. Most times it's just false calls.
So if the battery is not changed in the smoke detector goes off, and when that happens, they call the fire department?
Yes.
Without realizing what the problem is?
Yes.
Okay, how often should you change batteries in your smoke detector?
Twice a year. Every time the time changes, you change your batteries.
So in the fall and in the spring?
That's correct.
Okay, so that would help cut down
Oh yeah.
on false alarms.
Yes.
Now you mentioned unattended cooking. Would you say that's a pretty common problem as far as fires are concerned?
Yes.
Unattended cooking.
Yes.
And how would you, well, I guess the best thing to do is just pay more attention to what you're cooking. Okay, Donald, I'll tell you what, that's some great information, and let's bring in Jason now, your son, to tell us more about how we can help prevent fires in the home. And we continue here at the New Hope Volunteer Fire Department with Jason Gray, who is a captain here at the fire department. Jason, tell me, what could we do around the house to help keep the family safe, to keep the house safe, and prevent fires?
As you kind of mentioned earlier, being more attentive when you're cooking, trying to fall asleep. You know, if you're cooking something, don't forget you've left the stove on. Watch your wall sockets, trying to overload them. A lot of people will plug in a drop cord or something and have 5 or 6 different electrical devices plugged into that one drop cord.
It's a good point. A lot of people don't realize that these drop cords actually generate heat, and the more you have plugged into the wall, the more heat you get. That could be dangerous.
Yes, sir.
And also understand that when you're using extension cords, you really have to make sure that you're using proper extension cords, because there may be some out there that are dangerous. Yes. You want to make sure that when you buy an extension cord, it's used properly and that it has the proper markings on it from UL.
That's correct.
Now, tell me, what else can we do to protect our homes?
Especially in the spring and summer times, and we're getting into the fall season, a lot of people will be burning leaves outside.
Yes.
Make sure that the wind's not blowing strong that day. It can catch the grass on fire, catch your storage buildings, or even your house on fire.
In fact, that happens a lot. That happened to a neighbor of mine here last year, and he just about lost everything.
Yes, sir.
So, so the thing is to pay attention. Unattended cooking is a big problem.
That's correct.
Unattended burning of leaves and such. Mm-hmm. And you know, October is Fire Prevention Month. We want to encourage everyone to pay attention to what you're doing around your house.
That's right.
All right. Do people still have, when they store gasoline and flammable materials in their garage and in their basements, we still have a problem with that?
Yes. We've had several calls where, you know, especially in the garage or an outbuilding, we'll get to the fire and the fire will be burning good, and you know, you can have paint cans that can cause an explosion, you know, especially if the building's already on fire. Be careful if you're working on a lawnmower or some kind of equipment inside the house or inside the garage or an outbuilding, to wait until it's cooled off before you try to pour gasoline back on it. That can cause a fire also.
I guess the main thing is, Jason, is just pay attention to what you're doing.
Pay attention and common sense.
Common sense! Who would have thought? We've been talking to former Chief and County Commissioner Bud Gray here at the New Hope Volunteer Fire Department today, along with the current Chief, Donald Gray, and of course Captain Jason Gray at the New Hope Volunteer Fire Department. I'm Wayne Alley for WGTV. We're back on WGTV today. It's a Wednesday, all right. And if you're getting ready to go somewhere, you better hurry.
Do they need their umbrellas today?
You may need an umbrella. We have about a 40% or so chance of rain today, 40–50% chance, which means that you may run into it at some point. So
be safe to take it.
Take an umbrella with you if you use that sort of thing.
You probably do if it's planning to
Well,
rain.
if it's planning, yeah. But not everybody uses umbrellas.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
I remember when, you know, men always wore hats until JFK became president. When JFK became president, they didn't wear hats that much anymore. Well, there was there were fewer hats worn, and umbrellas used, as a matter of fact. I remember when Mamie Eisenhower was the first lady. Now, I'm showing my age here, I know, but she always wore that little pillbox hat.
She did.
She did, and it was very popular with the ladies.
Did you know her well?
I knew her, yes. She was a little younger than I, but she was a wonderful woman. That indeed she was.
Wow. Well, we have lots of things coming up tomorrow on tomorrow's segment.
We do.
We do. We have lots coming up of fresh information, keeping it local.
Yeah.
We're going to share with you all the events and things coming up just so you'll have better information and stay informed of what's happening here in our community. Right, Wayne?
That's exactly right. So join us again tomorrow, and in fact every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock here on Channel 10 in Wayne County and Channel 99 in Northern Wayne County for WGTV Today. Right, Kim?
That's right. And to be able to see the show later in the day, it'll be offered many other times throughout the day. 12 o'clock noon, 5:30 in the afternoon, and on through the evening. And on the weekends, we'll see the best of.
Wait a minute.
The best of the shows.
There's a best of?
Well, that's what I'm told.
Okay, so we're going to stop now so they'll let us back in the building tomorrow, okay?
That's right,
Until
that's
tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Thank you for joining us.